I got more chickens in the garage to deal with, because apparently chickens in the garage is what we do. The feather growing palace in the garage.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the chickens of our lives.
After losing Miriam and then Blanche, we decided to lean on the good Lord for some support and guidance. So we started church with a few friends and have been going since. It's late October, early November at this time. Pretty much all the older hens are molting. There were a few that just couldn't get a hold on their feathers. The roosters wouldn't leave them alone, and we tried hen saddles. I thought it was helping, but I think now that it just made things worse. So we did rooster vacation at the feather factory in the garage.
I need to get a hold of that one. I'm not sure why she's not growing feathers yet. I'm wondering if it's depluming mites or something. I have no idea. Obviously overmating, but she should have grown some kind of feathers by now.
I was really feeling like I needed to mother my chickens, so I did my very best to spoil the dickens right out of them. Spoil the dickens out of the chickens.
We don't get to run around in the garage and poop on the floor. No, we're not doing that.
I felt like, how did I allow this all to happen to my ladies? This has totally gotten out of hand. I'm completely embarrassed if anyone sees these chickens, because they're gonna think that I'm the worst chicken keeper to ever walk this earth. I have to make it right, even if I die trying.
Look at all your feathers coming out of here. Yeah, I don't want to mess those up. Big box of mealworms. Here. Give the other chickens some. They got lots of calcium in them and lots of protein for making feathers. Have some mealworms. Let's go in there.
Besides mealworms, we also fed the girls high protein feed and lots of scrambled eggs. And I also put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in their water per gallon and a little bit of Rooster Booster in their feed. They will need lots of oyster shells too, because calcium is good for making feathers.
We got America and Liberty, aka Libby.
We started out by bringing my Americanas in, although I had already been mothering the Isa Browns prior to this point. They had taken some abuse over the year, being Enoch and Noah's favorites. In my experience with roosters, when they are under a year old, they tend to be a little more active and aggressive mating the hens. Once they cross their adulthood, they slow down considerably, as well as become a little more gentle. That's how my roosters have been. You also want a good ratio of no less than about 8 hens per rooster. We had about 5.5 for a few months, while Noah and Enoch were still young. It was terrible. I felt so horrible. We did rooster vacations with the boys in the garage together. I knew that I should have just rehomed Enoch, but I couldn't. He's a good rooster. Even though we have had our issues and he has had more lives than a cat, he really is a good rooster. He works really well with Noah. They hatch together and don't know any different than working with each other. We are now down 2 hens, but we have about 7.5 hens per rooster. I've noticed only one of my hens has a little wear. Miss Asa has some missing feathers on her back. I'm not really happy about it, not one bit, but she's taking the spot of Enoch's favorite. She's a little too easy, and Enoch isn't going to pass her up, of course.
Oh, Enoch, you better watch it. That's my girl. You better watch it. You better watch yourself. Yeah, you better tiptoe away, buddy. No. Knock it off. How about you go somewhere else? I swear, Enoch. Leave her alone. I don't care. Leave her alone. Asa's really easy. Somebody takes advantage of her, and I don't like it. It makes me want to string him up by his toes. How about you go do what I pay you to do? Go watch the flock. Boy, Rosie, you need to eat some protein. Poor thing. Look how pretty Judith is.
Yeah, anyway, I had Marika and Libby in the feather factory until Marika wanted back in the coop. So Libby stayed and I nabbed Miss Dorothy, and Miss Esther had gone back. However, I found her in the nesting box one night and she didn't protest when I picked her up and brought her back to the garage. She was fine, but she wanted more time at the feather factory. I really think there was some feather picking going on because she never could get her pin feathers to take hold until she had alone time. The girls just couldn't grow feathers. I felt so bad for them and I had to fix it, but they all look fantastic now.
Look at how Marika's all filling in. She's pretty. Ruth. You're so pretty. Look at you with your tail feathers and your fluffy butt. Well, sort of. Chicken hospital.
Poor Libby took so long to get back to the flock. She had those weird white spots on her comb. I searched the backyardchickens.com forums for answers. That's usually my go-to. Chances are there's someone there that has dealt with your problems before. At first I was afraid that they were fowl pox, which is like chicken pox.
I don't want to lose any more chickens, Libby. And you're acting really suspect.
There is dry pox that show up on the combs and wattles, and the more serious stuff called wet pox, and that is more of a respiratory infection. When one flock member gets either, it has to run its course. But the white spots that Libby had just didn't look like the photos that I was seeing. I then thought it could be a fungal infection of some kind, so we put antifungal cream on it daily for like a week. The spots ended up falling off. I have no idea what they actually were. I have no idea if the antifungal cream actually worked, but it seemed to. I'm not a vet and I just have to play one in my garage and backyard sometimes.
Doesn't look like those white spots have gotten any bigger. I just don't know what those white spots are, hon. Libby, how you doing? You feeling better? She's eating. Look at all Dorothy's feathers coming in. And Miss Esther has all kinds of feathers growing in, don't you? You're almost ready to go back. The feather growing palace in the garage. Whew. Boy, you look ragged. Poor thing. I guess that's what we do, as we dust bathe in front of the truck, right? Miss Esther's almost filled in. And we have Libby in here, but she still doesn't want to be out because she's scared of everything. Looks better. It looks like it's gotten better. But Miss Libby looks really good, and she looks like she can go back to the coop, but every time she tries to go back to the coop, she runs away from even the pullets, and she gets bullied. So there's that. I swear I'm gonna have garage chickens forever, indefinitely. Yeah? Yeah? Holy bean dust, Batman. The bean dust is everywhere, and it's suffocating me and the chickens. There's like clouds of bean dust, and it's horrible. Can you see how thick it is? It's on the other side of the road now. I couldn't walk over here when he was next to us because he couldn't breathe. And it's all over me. Flakes of yuck all over me. Hi guys, can you breathe? Want some grass to eat or bite? What? Hi, sweetie. Can you guys breathe? Hi, Tater Pie. You're so handsome. Don't you get any? Are you like third in line now? What? How'd that happen? How'd that happen, Harrison? There's the tractors in action.
Noah was visiting the rooster flock, and I'm not really sure what they were talking about. Do chickens talk to each other? Well, it really kind of looked like they were. Like maybe they were plotting against Enoch? Enoch's our head rooster, and Noah's our lieutenant general.
Are you feeding the roosters? Oh, you a good boy? You feeding the roosters?
He kind of looks guilty.
What is going on? Oh, is that bean dust in there too? Are you guys choking on bean dust? Are you ready to come out? Come on out, guys. How you doing, dear pie? Look at them all getting along. Preening their feathers. I think we're getting ready to wrap up this chickens in the garage chicken infirmary hospital. Look at Dorothy. She's not losing any more feathers, and she's got her back all filled in. And she's really happy to be out. Libby's just still in there because she's a wimp. She doesn't want to go back because they pick on her. Come here, Esther, let me see you. She's got all that filled in. So I think you guys can go back. So we evicted these girls. Evicted. The door is now shut. They can't get back in. That's enough. There. Is that so hard? There you go. All right, now let's everybody play together. Okay? Alright, Esther's making her way back into the flock. I don't think so. We're not fighting. I got cages open in the garage. Is that where you're going? You gonna be okay, hon? Or are you gonna just like live on the old lawnmower that doesn't work? I think that's what she's gonna do. Okay, that's enough. Look how pretty Rosie is. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Ruth. Both of you look so beautiful. Esther, you have to go home.
Of course, before the girls go back, they have to be mated by the roosters.
Okay, now everybody go to bed. Are you okay, Helen? Come on, Dorothy, you gotta go back too. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Dorothy. Come on. Let's go. Nope. Nope, you don't live there anymore.
Noah and Enoch have an issue with Dorothy. She hatched them, and 4 weeks later, she turned on them. Did you know chickens could hold a grudge?
Why do you guys get so upset at her?
Just like Esther, Dorothy has to be integrated, which just means mated by the rooster.
Okay, that's enough.
trouble calming these two down. Noah's not so bad, but Enoch, it's another story.
Let her go in the coop. Are you serious? Yeah, guess what's gonna happen to you? I guess we're gonna still have garage chickens. Well, we thought we were gonna not have garage chickens anymore, but now we have rooster jail. Hi, Enoch. How you doing, buddy? We got Enoch back there. He's sulking because he's in rooster jail, and he was treading and attacking Dorothy because he really doesn't like her.
I've learned with Enoch that rooster jail is the best training method. He does not like to be away from his hens. Usually a night away is enough. However, I rarely take him without taking Noah too because it causes fighting when he comes back.
Does she look a little sickly to you? Kinda acting weird, Dorothy. No, Libby, you can't be in here. No, Libby. And of course we have the beautiful rooster playlist in the background because Enoch is in rooster jail. I wasn't kidding when I told you I play 432 hertz music for the roosters. You're really lucky that I have to have Libby in here right now, and I think she has a respiratory infection because I don't want you to get it. You look healthy? Are you gonna be a good boy? You're not gonna go kick Noah's butt? Okay. Alright, go ahead.
I had really hoped Enoch wouldn't go back tearing into Noah.
Knock it off. I will put you right back. Hey? Hey!
Without hurting my roosters, I try to separate them with a stick, rake, pitchfork, or broom.
I mean it. You'll go right back in. You going right back in? Knock it off, Enoch. I know, Noah. I'm sorry. Just go about your day.
And if I have my big rubber boots on, that works pretty good too.
I know, you're mad. I get it. I would be mad at me too. I don't want to clean up for bloody roosters tonight. I'm not a fan of that. So let's stop.
I feel so bad for Noah when I remove Enoch and then bring him back. It's really not fair to Noah. He doesn't deserve to be Enoch's punching bag.
Let's go, Enoch.
Luckily, I was able to break them up before any skin was broken. Once I'm able to keep them separated and calm them down some, I can divert their attention with treats, but only once they are separated and much calmer. They will realize that they need to feed their ladies.
Knock it off. I meant it.
The ladies are the key to controlling Enoch.
You're going back in if you don't quit it.
When we put Libby back in the coop, even the young hens were giving her a hard time. We had to feed her in the hen house because she wouldn't come out. She tried to claw her way back into the garage. I let her come back for a few nights because she had mucus coming from her nose and watery eyes.
We've had all of our chickens go back to the coop except for we had Libby go back for a little while. And then she insists on coming back here. She was literally crying the other day. So I put her back in this cage and monitoring her because she had a snotty nose and some watery eyes. But I think it was just because she was crying. And that broke my heart.
She wasn't sick, though. Did you know chickens could cry? I witnessed it. I felt so bad for her, but she was going to have to get tough. We can't have garage chickens forever. I will go insane.
She's been wormed. She doesn't have any mites. She's pretty much done molting. She's got normal poops. She eats a lot and she's drinking fine. And she doesn't have any respiratory issues. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. So I have a garage chicken forever. Hi, Libby. What you doing, hon? See the white right here? She's super stressed out. I have like anxiety chicken. I don't know what to do with her. She wants to go live in the garage. She can't live in the garage for the rest of her life. And that is why she's so stressed out. Look at her just lay there. Get up, Libby. Get up.
Slowly but surely, Libby started to grow a backbone. She's still on the bottom of the pecking order, but she is grazing with the flock and now eating normal.
I'm glad to see Libby eating. Hopefully she's drinking too.
It's so funny how things changed when those girls went back. It's like we totally reset the flock. Dorothy has simmered down quite a bit. Ruth is head of the Isa triplets instead of Esther, and Esther loves me now. She used to come up and peck me for no reason and even bite me. I think I like the dynamics of the flock a lot better than I did before the girls came to the feather factory.
How's it going?
It gave us time to bond.
You look really pretty. Look at Esther. Esther, look at you. You look fantastic. You're as filled in as Rosie. You look beautiful. Look at her turd and twirl. Yeah.
And I think in my head it was healing. I was able to make up for where I had failed my chickens in the past. It was a clean slate for us to head into the new year. If you like this video, you might like this one too.